everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Elaine Ng, and I am editor and publisher of Art Asia Pacific. Today, we're at Sotheby's, where they are just about to start their evening sales for contemporary art. And I'm going to show you around to see some of the amazing works on offer. And we'll be meeting with Yuki Terase, who heads contemporary art for Sotheby's in Asia. Hi, Yuki.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi, wow, this is the piece I've been waiting to see.
I'm super excited as well.
Yeah, I was so excited when you announced it at the beginning of the month. Clifford Still.
In Asia.
Yeah, in Asia.
Fresh to the market, yes, exactly.
First generation of American abstract expressionists.
Exactly.
Also associated with the color field painters. A peer contemporary of Mark Rothko, who introduced de Kooning. He introduced, Mark Rothko introduced Clifford Still to Peggy Guggenheim, who gave him his first solo show at her gallery in 1946. And of course, he's notoriously known for, by 1951, severing all ties with his commercial galleries and also some of his peers.
Yes.
And dramatically declaring that he would only ever show in museum institutions.
Yes.
So Yuki, how rare and amazing is it to have a piece like this at auction?
It's such an honor to be offering this piece in Hong Kong, Elaine. I mean, precisely what you've described him is what Clifford Still is about. He's one of the most important figures of abstract expressionism in America, but he was notoriously uncompromising. And he was also probably difficult to work with in terms of not wanting to sell his paintings. He's only had one show, commercial show, in 1969 that allowed the gallery to sell his painting, and it's actually, this painting is from that show. So it's super rare to come across his works, and there are only probably 30 to 40 paintings in private circulation. 95% of his works produced are in Clifford Still Museum in Denver. So it's extremely rare, even global scale, to come across his painting, and it's a fresh to the market piece. It's never been offered in auctions before, so we're extremely, extremely honored.
Yeah, it is really, really stunning. So, could you tell us, what makes a Clifford Still piece so unique, especially when you compare it to his other peers like Mark Rothko, we know the color field paintings, Jackson Pollock, the drip paintings, Willem de Kooning, his really raw portraits of women.
He's one of the first to crack into abstraction very early on, already in late 40s. He was already in abstraction much earlier than his peers and some of the artists that you mentioned just now. In his late period, 1960s and 70s, he's really mastered the use of this void and emptiness in his canvases. And that kind of resonates really well with Asian abstraction of this like emptiness and mar. I think his late works are very much unique and different from, as you said, some other peer abstract expressionism who are more sort of dynamics with painting the whole canvases. He really uses this empty space very effectively.
So the empty space is untouched?
Yes, so later period, yes. So it's increasing more and more his later period, that the use of the emptiness becomes more sophisticated and refined.
It is so beautiful. And so if one were to come to Sotheby's and be completely blown away by this painting, which they will be, of course, and they wanted to see more works by Clifford Still, which museums would they have to go to
Denver.
see? Just Denver?
Well, I mean, 95% of his works are in Clifford Still Museum, which was his huge wish. When he passed, he always wanted his works to be experienced holistically, right? So that museum is built for that purpose, to fulfill the artist's wish. But he also has works in MoMA.
Must be MoMA, Guggenheim.
Yes, all these major
SF
institutions.
Museums,
yes.
With great American
all
collections.
The major great American institutions do, some extent, hold Clifford Still paintings.
So basically, if you wanted to see more Clifford Still works, you would have to make a pilgrimage to
Denver.
Clifford, right?
Yes, because that's where 95% of his works are. But also at the same time, you could acquire this piece and enjoy such a masterpiece, museum quality piece at home.
Oh, whoever manages to get this piece is
one lucky collector.
Yeah,
yes, I'm
envious.
already jealous.
Yeah.
So let me introduce you to some other paintings. We have a lot of very exciting paintings this season, from East and West, Young to Blue Chip. Very exciting season. We're very happy. But I picked this piece because I think you have some association with this piece.
This painting is very familiar. I mean, at least the series, you know, definitely moving away from something abstract to something representational, but equally powerful.
Right.
Yeah, Zeng Fanzhi, and I can see by the date, 94,
exactly.
It's
so this is the seminal year because it's the first year.
Yeah,
Zhang Fanzhi started this very iconic series, mask series.
Yeah, which basically put him on the map of the Chinese contemporary art world.
Exactly, and the current owner of the piece acquired this particular piece from the show, which was held at
Hannah, yes. So I worked there in the mid 1990s. Yeah, when we had this show, and I remember Hannah TZ Gallery was located in the old Bank of China Club, the same building as the China Club, and collectors like David Tang, they saw the series and they snapped up paintings instantly.
Right.
And David even hung one of the mask series in the foyer of the China Club.
Right.
This one painting which uncannily looks like Prince Charles. And,
yes.
And I remember whoever would go up to the China Club, they would almost instantly come down to the 5th floor and ask, you know, who is the artist? Can you tell us more about the mask series? And, you know.
So 1994 was very important for Zhang Fanzhi because he just moved away from rural Wuhan, his original sort of birthplace, to Beijing. And then he started to work on this series. He painted about 24 mask paintings in that year. And for the show that was to be held in Johnson's Gallery in 1995.
Yeah.
And the current owner actually acquired it from that show, and it's just one owner, fresh to the market, in perfect condition. It's such a rarity to find a masterpiece like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, so many of Zheng Fanzhi's early paintings capture the mood of China in the early 1990s, particularly with his hospital series and his meat series. They all explore raw human emotion. But the mask series, of course, it's so much more contained in its energy. How do you see this Zheng Fanzhi continuing this exploration of human emotion?
So this is almost like a self-portrait to me, a young man coming from rural area to hustle bustle of Beijing, which was already rapidly changing. As a city, it's a much bigger city than Wuhan, but also at the time, as you said, China was going through such transition. So he must have been overwhelmed with all these changes and, you know, all this like some sort of Western suit with the mask, reminiscent of the pose that's so famous in Rodin's Thinker.
Yes, I was going to say that, you know, this seated pose.
Yes, this is actually the only composition in the entire 24 paintings that he's done.
So I can't seem to recall any other painting from this series. They generally are all standing.
Right, so this is very interesting in a way that the young man is wearing this mask with a smile, but obviously his composition signifies that the man is composing, sort of contemplating about his thoughts, anxious, overwhelmed, you know, all these sort of mixed emotions that would be associated with this pose is somewhat contradicted with this sort of smiling mask on the face. And I think this is a sort of very important piece, not just for Zhang Fanzhi, but also for Chinese contemporary art, because this period, a lot of artists were experiencing the same sort of rapidly changing society of the values, of the clothing, of the customs, and a lot of things, and it really captures that era perfectly.
Yes. Yeah. And do you know how many paintings he created in 1994, the series?
So Mask is 24 paintings have been created according to the catalog raisonné that's recently been published. I think about half of them have ever come up in the market.
Right.
But considering how his market has been booming for so many years, and only half has come up, that really shows, you know, how these people who bought from the show that you are involved with understands the significance and
They've
importance.
just basically hung on to these pieces.
Exactly.
So it's very rare to find something from 94.
Exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, it's like bringing back all these old memories.
I know. Like, it must have been so exciting.
Hello, old friend.
Okay, so let me show you one last painting that we're also excited about from another Asian country, Japan.
Oh yes, another superstar.
Exactly. So this is Yoshitomo Nara's rock girl executed in 1998. And his girls have almost become icons of the time.
They are. Actually, on one of the covers of Art Asia Pacific, we had a very similar little girl on the cover in 2004, and that particular edition sold out immediately, and we continue to get requests for that particular back issue.
Yes.
I mean, there's something really about, I mean, that these kind of young, angry children, it resonates with so many people. And I wanted to ask you, why do you think his kind of discontented youth has, captured the imagination of the public?
That's a very interesting point, because he's obviously a Japanese artist, and a lot of people associate him with ukiyo-es and sort of mangas and cartoons and kawaii movement. But that's, his works kind of have managed to go beyond that. Like, as you said, it's captured the universal attention of the collectors and audience, not just the collectors, but like small children around the world look at his works and resonate so well. He portrays this innocent child, sort of born obviously innocent, without any baggage, and witness all these big bad injustices in the world, gets disappointed, angry, sad, sort of. There's this really fine balance that he perfectionates in this simple form girl, that all mixed emotion of what child goes through, and then through their lens, how they see the world. And they're angry, they're sad, but they're like sort of, there's this rebellious feeling about, okay, I'm gonna do something about this, I'm gonna fix this. That's really universal, and that's really timeless. And I think that's one of the reasons why his works appeal and speak to a lot of audience, not just the collectors, but not just the art audience, but also to the general public. We actually have a Hong Kong tram running with this girl's image on. And, even if you're not collecting art, everybody just loves this girl.
Instantly, earlier with Felix, I was talking about how with so many of Picasso's portraits, they were actually self-portraits of the artist himself. And I've met Nara a couple times, and I know that he has this really kind of punk rock attitude. So I wanted to ask you, to what degree do you think these portraits of these angry little children are actually a reflection of Nara himself?
So he was a single child, and both of his parents were working and busy, not paying a lot of attention, or maybe, outside of house all the time. So he was sort of lonely. So he's said it a few times, that how lonely his childhood was. And you can kind of see that self-portrait element in these girls, that they're sort of lonely. Like, you don't have other protagonists. It's a single person, it's a single child. And although they're portrayed in girls, as you say, I think we can see the sort of self-portrait element of his youth as a child in his iconic protagonists.
Yeah, and Nara's having such a big moment right now. He has a major museum show in Taiwan at the Kwandu Museum of Art, and in the US.
LACMA,
He has two major shows, one at Dallas Contemporary and of course the mega blockbuster at LACMA in Los Angeles. What do you think is this kind of, he's been around forever and he has like a kind of cult following. What do you think about this resurgence in kind of museum interest in his work?
It's interesting because we're beginning to see new collectors, not just within Asia, but out of West, sort of showing interest in Nara pieces. And in recent auction history, for example, we have sold our Naras not just to Asian audience, but to the new collectors in the West. And I think people, as I said, people resonate with what these sort of children, portrayed children, protagonists identify themselves well with what, it's not just sort of Asian thing, it's not just kawaii thing, the emotions expressed in these children are very universal, and people find themselves almost in these protagonists.
Thank you so much, Yuki, for making time during your busy schedule and sharing these three really extremely rare works with us that will appear during your evening contemporary sale.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yuki.
So this season, we have the highest pre-estimated contemporary art sales ever held at any auction house in Asia. So we're extremely excited about it. We have a wide range of offerings from blue chip artists such as Clyfford Still, Roy Lichtenstein, Willem de Kooning, Gerhard, Richter, and also a fantastic group of early Chinese contemporary art pieces such as Zeng Fanzhi, Zhang Xiaogang, Ghenie, Xiaodong. And then we have a very exciting group of young, coveted, upcoming artists, Simon Tor, Avery Singer, and Matthew Wong. So, and then what's more exciting about tonight is that we are live streaming this auction out of our Hong Kong bidding room, but also my colleagues in New York and London are on standby in respective locations to be helping our collectors and clients to be bidding with us live as well. And also we have this online platform, which I'm sure some of you will be participating, so I hope you enjoy the night. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Elaine Ng, and I am editor and publisher of Art Asia Pacific. Today, we're at Sotheby's, where they are just about to start their evening sales for contemporary art. And I'm going to show you around to see some of the amazing works on offer. And we'll be meeting with Yuki Terase, who heads contemporary art for Sotheby's in Asia. Hi, Yuki.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi, wow, this is the piece I've been waiting to see.
I'm super excited as well.
Yeah, I was so excited when you announced it at the beginning of the month. Clyfford Still.
In Asia.
Yeah, in
Fresh
Asia.
to the market, yes, exactly.
First generation of American abstract expressionists.
Exactly.
Also associated with the color field painters, a peer contemporary of Mark Rothko, who introduced, de Kooning. He introduced, Mark Rothko introduced Clifford Still to Peggy Guggenheim, who gave him his first solo show at her gallery in 1946. And of course, he's notoriously known for, by 1951, severing all ties with his commercial galleries and also some of his peers.
Yes.
And dramatically declaring that he would only ever show in museum institutions. So Yuki, how rare and amazing is it to have a piece like this at auction?
It's such an honor to be offering this piece in Hong Kong, Elaine. I mean, precisely what you've described him is what Clifford Still is about. He's one of the most important figures of abstract expressionism in America, but he was notoriously uncompromising. And he was also probably difficult to work with in terms of not wanting to sell his paintings. He's only had one show, commercial show, in 1969 that allowed the gallery to sell his painting, and it's actually, this painting is from that show. So it's super rare to come across his works, and there are only probably 30 to 40 paintings in private circulation. 95% of his works produced are in Clyfford Still Museum in Denver. So it's extremely rare, even global scale, to come across his painting, and it's a fresh to the market piece. It's never been offered in auctions before, so we're extremely, extremely honored.
Yeah, it is really, really stunning. So, could you tell us, what makes a Clifford Still piece so unique, especially when you compare it to his other peers like Mark Rothko, we know the color field paintings, Jackson Pollock, the drip paintings, Willem de Kooning, his really raw portraits of women.
He's one of the first to crack into abstraction very early on, already in late 40s. He was already in abstraction much earlier than his peers and some of the artists that you mentioned just now. In his late period, 1960s and 70s, he's really mastered the use of this void and emptiness in his canvases. And that kind of resonates really well with Asian abstraction of this like emptiness and mar. I think his late works are very much unique and different from, as you said, some other peer abstract expressionism who are more sort of dynamics with painting the whole canvases. He really uses this empty space very effectively.
So the empty space is untouched?
Yes, so later period, yes. So it's increasing more and more his later period, that the use of the emptiness becomes more sophisticated and refined.
It is so beautiful. And so if one were to come to Sotheby's and be completely blown away by this painting, which they will be, of course, and they wanted to see more works by Clifford Still, which museums would they have to go to
Denver.
see? Just Denver?
Well, I mean, 95% of his works are in Clifford Still Museum, which was his huge wish. When he passed, he always wanted his works to be experienced holistically, right? So that museum is built for that purpose, to fulfill the artist's wish. But he also has works in MoMA.
Must be MoMA, Guggenheim.
Yes, all these major
SF
institutions.
museums
yes.
with great American
all the major
collections.
great American institutions to some extent hold Clifford Still paintings.
So basically, if you wanted to see more Clifford Still works, you would have to make a pilgrimage to the
Denver.
Clifford, right?
Yes,
the Clifford
because
Still.
that's where 95% of his works are. But also at the same time, you could acquire this piece and enjoy such a masterpiece, museum quality piece at home.
Oh, whoever manages to get this piece is
one
such,
lucky collector. Yes, I'm already
envious.
jealous.
Yeah.
So let me introduce you to some other paintings. We have a lot of very exciting paintings this season, from East and West, Young to Blue Chip. Very exciting season. We're very happy. But I picked this piece because I think you have some association with this piece.
This painting is very familiar. I mean, at least the series, you know, definitely moving away from something abstract to something representational, but equally powerful.
Right.
Yeah, Zeng Fanzhi, and I can see by the date, 94,
exactly. So this is the seminal year because it's the first year.
Yeah,
Zhang Fanzhi started this very iconic series, mask series.
Yeah, which basically put him on the map of the Chinese contemporary art world.
Exactly. And the current owner of the piece acquired this particular piece from the show, which was held at
Hannah. Yes. So I worked there in the mid-1990s. Yeah, when we had this show, and I remember Hannah TZ Gallery was located in the old Bank of China Club, the same building as the China Club, and collectors like David Tang, they saw the series and they snapped up paintings instantly.
Right.
And David even hung one of the mask series in the foyer of the China Club.
Right.
This one painting which uncannily looks like Prince Charles. And,
yes.
And I remember whoever would go up to the China Club, they would almost instantly come down to the 5th floor and ask, you know, who is the artist? Can you tell us more about the mask series? And, you know.
So 1994 was very important for Zeng Fanzhi because he just moved away from rural Wuhan, his original sort of birthplace, to Beijing. And then he started to work on this series. He painted about 24 mask paintings in that year. And for the show that was to be held in Johnson's Gallery in 1995.
Yeah.
And the current owner actually acquired it from that show, and it's just one owner, fresh to the market, in perfect condition. It's such a rarity to find a masterpiece like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, so many of Zheng Fanzhi's early paintings capture the mood of China in the early 1990s, particularly with his hospital series and his meat series.
Yes.
They all explore raw human emotion. But the mask series, of course, it's so much more contained in its energy. How do you see this Zheng Fanzhi continuing this exploration of human emotion?
So this is almost like a self-portrait to me, like a young man coming from rural area to hustle bustle of Beijing, which was already rapidly changing. As a city, it's a much bigger city than Wuhan, but also at the time, as you said, China was going through such transition. So he must have been overwhelmed with all these changes and, you know, all this like some sort of Western suit with the mask, reminiscent of the pose that's so famous in Rodin's Thinker.
Yes, I was going to say that, you know, this seated pose.
Yes, this is actually the only composition in the entire 24 paintings
that's
that he's
not
done.
So, I can't seem to recall any other painting from this series. They generally are all standing.
Right, so this is very interesting in a way that the young man is wearing this mask with a smile, but obviously his composition signifies that the man is composing, sort of contemplating about his thoughts, anxious, overwhelmed, you know, all these sort of mixed emotions that would be associated with this pose is somewhat contradicted with this sort of smiling mask on the face. And I think this is a sort of very important piece, not just for Zheng Fanzhi, but also for Chinese contemporary art, because this period, a lot of artists were experiencing the same sort of rapidly changing society of the values, of the clothing, of the customs, and a lot of things, and it really captures that era perfectly.
Yes. Yeah. And do you know how many paintings he created in 1994, the series?
So Mask is 24 paintings have been created according to the catalog raisonné that's recently been published. I think about half of them have ever come up in the market.
Right.
But considering how his market has been booming for so many years, and only half is come out. That really shows, you know, how these people who bought from the show that you are involved with understands the significance and
They've
importance.
just basically hung on to these pieces.
Exactly.
So it's very rare to find something from 94.
Exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, it's like bringing back all these old memories.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, it must have been so exciting.
Hello, old friend.
Okay, so let me show you one last painting that we're also excited about from another Asian country, Japan.
Oh yes, another superstar.
Exactly. So this is Yoshitomo Nara's Rock Girl, executed in 1998. And his girls have almost become icons of the time.
They are. Actually, on one of the covers of Art Asia Pacific, we had a very similar little girl on the cover in 2004, and that particular edition sold out immediately, and we continue to get requests for that particular back issue.
Yes.
I mean, there's something really about, I mean, that these kind of young, angry children, it resonates with so many people. And I wanted to ask you, why do you think his kind of discontented youth has, you know, captured the imagination of the public?
That's a very interesting point, because he's obviously a Japanese artist, and a lot of people associate him with ukiyo-es and sort of mangas and cartoons and kawaii movement. But that's, his works kind of have managed to go beyond that. Like, as you said, it's captured the universal attention of the collectors and audience, not just the collectors, but like small children around the world look at his works and resonate so well. He portrays this innocent child, sort of born obviously innocent, you know, without any baggage, and witness all these big bad injustices in the world, gets disappointed, angry, sad, sort of. There's this really fine balance that he perfectionates in this simple form girl, that all mixed emotion of what child goes through, and then through their lens, how they see the world. And they're angry, they're sad, but they're like sort of, there's this rebellious feeling about, okay, I'm gonna do something about this, I'm gonna fix this. That's really universal, and that's really timeless. And I think that's one of the reasons why his works appeal and speak to a lot of audience, not just the collectors, but not just the art audience, but also to the general public. We actually have a Hong Kong tram running with this girl's image on. And, you know, even if you're not collecting art, everybody just loves this girl.
Instantly, You know, earlier with Felix, I was talking about how with so many of Picasso's portraits, they were actually self-portraits of the artist himself. And I've met Nara a couple times, and I know that he has this really kind of punk rock attitude. So I wanted to ask you, to what degree do you think these portraits of these angry little children are actually a reflection of Nara himself?
So he was a single child, and both of his parents were working and busy, not paying a lot of attention, or maybe, you know, outside of house all the time. So he was sort of lonely. So he's said it a few times, that how lonely his childhood was. And you can kind of see that self-portrait element in these girls, that they're sort of lonely. Like, you don't have other protagonists. It's a single person, it's a single child. And although they're portrayed in girls, as you say, I think we can see the sort of self-portrait element of his youth as a child in his iconic protagonists.
And Nara's having such a big moment right now. He has a major museum show in Taiwan at the Kwandu Museum of Art in the US.
LACMA,
He has two major shows, one at Dallas Contemporary, and of course the mega blockbuster at LACMA in Los Angeles. What do you think is this kind of, he's been around forever and he has like a kind of cult following. What do you think about this resurgence in kind of museum interest in his work?
It's interesting, because we're beginning to see new collectors, not just within Asia, but out of West, sort of showing interest in Nara pieces. And in recent auction history, for example, we have sold our Naras not just to Asian audience, but to the new collectors in the West. And I think people, as I said, you know, people resonate with what these sort of children, portrayed children, protagonists identify themselves well with. What it's not just sort of Asian thing. It's not just kawaii thing. The emotions expressed in this children are very universal, and people find themselves almost in these protagonists.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Sotheby's. My name is Ian McGinley, and I will be your auctioneer tonight for our Contemporary Art Evening Sale. The third of our live stream auctions we are holding in Hong Kong this week as part of our Spring Sales series. Tonight's sale is the highest value contemporary art evening sale to be held in Asia. We will be presenting a lineup of top quality works by artists including Clyfford Still, Roy Lichtenstein, Willem de Kooning, Gerhard Richter, Adrian Ghenie, and alongside works by Chinese contemporary masters such as Zeng Fanzhi and Zhang Xiaogang, as well as showcasing works by talented artists, young artists, Avery Singer and Matthew Wong. And again, we hope very much that you will stay with us to the end of the sale this evening, when I look forward to sharing with you some very exciting news. Before we open the sale, a word on the format this evening's sale will be taking. Tonight, in a way that will now be familiar to many, I will be fielding bids not only from clients and colleagues here in Hong Kong, but also from my colleagues on phone banks in New York and London, who will be able to see me make their bids in real time via large screens in their bidding rooms. These will be fielded and relayed to me by two proxy bidders here in Hong Kong, Scott Roworth and Adam Bilby. Bidders will also be joining us tonight from all around the world using our online bidding platform. As always, before we begin the sale, I need to make some auctioneer's announcements. As your auctioneer, I may open the bidding on any lots by placing a bid on behalf of the seller. I may further bid on behalf of the seller up to the amount of the reserve by placing responsive or consecutive bids for a lot. Please note that in order to bid on premium lots, you must have already registered for and received a 5 or 8 series paddle. The 6 and 9 series paddles are not valid for this evening's auctions. Please take good care of your paddle, as you will be responsible for all purchases arising out of any bidding by any party using your paddle. A buyer's premium will be added to the hammer price and is payable by the purchaser as part of the total purchase price. The buyer's premium is 25% of the hammer price up to and including $3,500,000, 20% on any amount in excess of $3,500,000 up to and including 31 million Hong Kong dollars, and 13.9% on any amount in excess of 31 million Hong Kong dollars. Please note that there is an overhead premium payable on each lot, which will be at 1% of the hammer price of the successful bid. The contract between the buyer and the seller is concluded, of course, on the striking of the auctioneer's hammer, and payment of the purchase price and any buyer's expenses are due immediately in Hong Kong dollars on the conclusion of the auction. We will be accepting online bids for premium lots this evening from approved bidders. Please note that as changed from our catalogue, we have a guaranteed lot this evening, which is also has an irrevocable bid, and that is lot 1112. There are no withdrawn lots from the sale this evening. And finally, please note that all purchases in this sale will be available for collection from Thursday, the 22nd of April. Now let me hand over to my colleague here, Ingrid Chen, to give the announcements in Chinese. Ingrid.
各位先生、女士，欢迎大家莅临苏富比2021年春季拍卖会。本场拍卖官是 Ian McGinley， 将为大家主持今晚的拍卖。我们非常荣幸在香港太古广场的拍卖厅见到您，同时欢迎使用 BidNow 的网上镜头客户。拍卖开始之前，请各位来宾留意以下事项：拍卖官可以代表卖方开始执行拍卖作品，并且有权出价至卖方底价。如欲投标在目录内标有高估价拍品符号的拍品，请于开拍前于拍品登记处登记5或8开头的号码牌，恕不接受6和9开头之号码牌。而阁下作为登记竞投人，请小心保管您的竞投号码牌，一切因任何人使用此号码牌产生的买入价和所有其他费用均由阁下负责。每件拍品的买家佣金将以以下比率计算。拍品成交价为350万港元或以下，佣金以成交价之25%计算；350万到3100万港元之部分以20%计算；超过3100万港元之部分以13.9%计算。请注意，B 公司所有售出拍品将按落锤价加收1%的营运附加费。已经获得批准的客户可以在网上竞投高估价拍品。 买家和卖家之合约于拍卖官击锤时订立，而阁下作为买家，必须于拍卖会之后立即于港元支付拍品之买入价及任何买家费用。拍品111号、1112为保证项目，并且有第三方做出不可撤销投标。本场拍卖所有拍品由4月22日星期四开始开放领取。敬请留意，今天拍卖结束之后，我们会公布香港苏富比下一个令人惊喜的重要项目，欢迎大家留到最后，请您拭目以待，谢谢。
Thank you very much, Ingrid. So we can start the sale this evening, 11:01. Showing here on the screens in Hong Kong. This is the Salmon Tour work, the three boys. Much admired during our exhibitions here. Oil on panel, executed in 2019. And I have lots of interest, and I can start the bidding already at $1,800,000, at $1,800,000, $1,900,000, $2 million already at $2 million, at $2 million here, $2 million two, I'm already out. It's yours, Felix, at $2 million two. Lamba at $2 million two, $2 million four, at $2 million four now, $2 million four, $2 million six, at $2 million six with Felix. It's against you, Nick. At $2 million six, $2 million eight with Michelle, at $2 million eight, at $2 million eight now. Lamba ba. At $2 million eight, at $2 million eight, $3 million with Yuki Therese. Here it is at $3 million. Sambawan at $3 million, at $3 million. Come back to me, Nick. Here's the bid. On my left then. Bidding London. Thank you very much, bidding in London at $3,500,000, correct? $3 million five, or $3 million two. $3 million two is the bid, thank you. Wait for me to say $3 million two is here at $3 million two. London has it at $3 million two. At $3 million two. Thank you very much. $3 million five. At $3 million five. It's against you in London. It's at $3 million five. At $3 million five. At $3 million five. $3 million eight in the room. Ladies bid now at $3 million eight. Thank you. Ladies bid at $3 million eight. Here in Hong Kong, in the sale room. Ahead of you in London. Ahead of you, Michelle. $4 million is the bid at $4 million. Here's the bid at $4 million. Yuki has it at $4 million. It's against you in the room at $4 million. Any advance? One more? It's against you in London. It's against you, Michelle. It's against you here. It's on my left then, on the phone desk with Yuki Therese. Would you like to try one more? At $4 million. $4 million two. In the room now. Ladies bid again at $4 million two. It's about R. At $4 million two. At $4 million two now. Ladies bid then. It's against New York and London. It's against you, Michelle. It's against you, Yuki. Ladies bid then, waiting patiently in the room. At $4 million two. $4 million five. At $4 million five. Here's the bid. At $4 million five. Sorry, I'm not looking at you. It's just behind you. Don't worry. At $4 million five. It's with Yuki. At $4,500,000. One more. At $4 million. At $4 million five. Here's the bid at $4 million five. You sure? Next to be 4.8, if that helps. At $4 million five, then here's the bid on my left. Are we all done at $4 million five? Fair warning to you. We all done in London. We all done in New York. Here's the bid then on my left. Last chance. You coming back in? You sure? At $4,500,000 then. Fair warning. No more? No more. $4 million five it is. So to you, Yuki, well done. $4 million five, and that is to paddle 42. Well done. Great start to the sale. 11:02 is next. Wahami. From 2017, oil on canvas work. And again, lots of interest here, and I can start the bidding nice and high at $1 million, ladies and gentlemen, at $1 million. With me at $1 million, at $1 million, $1 million one, $1 million two, I must go at $1 million two. With me, at $1,200,000. You bidding? $1 million three, I'm out. Thank you. Shay's bidder on my left then at $1 million three. Ahead of my absentee bidders at $1 million three. Here's the bid. At $1 million three now. It's okay. At $1 million three. You bidding? Thank you. Fiona's bidder at $1 million four. $1 million five. $1 million five now with the London team at $1 million five. At $1 million five, $1 million six with Shay. At $1 million six, Ibalio. At $1 million six. at 1,000,006 now. Thank you very much. 1,000,007 now. Justina's bidder. 1,000,008 back with Fiona. Would you like 1,000,009? 1,000,009 is with Justina, ahead of you. At 1,000,009, looking for two. $2 million now is Shay at $2 million. At $2 million. 2,000,002, back on my right with Fiona at 2,000,002. At 2,000,002, here's the bid. At 2,000,002 now. 2,000,004 with Yuki at 2,000,004. At 2,000,004 now. 2,000,006. At 2,000,006, back to Fiona's bidder at 2,000,006 on my right. At 2,000,006, 2,000,008 with Yuki. Lambaba. At 2,000,008. At 2,000,008 now. No more, she says. Thank you. Please thank your client. At 2,000,008. Florence, you coming in? London, are we out? At $2,800,000. Shay's looking at the conversion board and not at me. At 2,000,008. Are we all done? The hand goes down. It looks like it's yours, Yuki, at 2,000,008. Are we all done elsewhere? At 2,000,008. Fair warning. On my left, at $2,800,000. Fair warning. $3 million in time. Shay's bidder now. At $3 million. Yuki, we have to try again. At $3 million now. No. She says no. Shay, it looks like it's coming to you then. The last second bid seems to have worked at $3 million. Are we all done? Here's the bid against you, Yuki, and selling at $3 million. Sold to you at $3 million, and that's to paddle 30. And that is a record for the artist, ladies and gentlemen. 1103 is next, the Avery Singer, the untitled cube work from 2018. And I can start the bidding this time at $950,000, at $950,000, at $950, $1 million, at $1 million, $1,000,001 ahead of you, Felix. $1,000,002 to Felix's bidder at $1,000,002 straight away at $1,000,002. Your bid, Felix, at $1,000,002. At $1,000,002, $1,000,003, $1,000,003, $1,000,004. Michelle's bidder now at $1,000,004, $1,000,005 online, $1,000,006 at $1,000,006 now. $1,000,006, $1,000,007 with Michelle at $1,000,007. $1,000,008, I've taken it first here at $1,000,008 with Felix at $1,000,008. $2 million, thank you. Yes, $2 million to Heather. Your bid then at $2 million, Heather, in a new place. Carrie Lee now at $2,000,002. Would you like $2,000,004? I've already taken $2,000,002. $2,000,004 now with Felix, ahead of you online at $2,000,004. At $2,000,004. Your bid, Felix, don't worry. $2,000,006, ahead of you, Michelle. I've taken it with Tiffany's new bidder at $2,000,006. Would you like $2,800, Felix? Michelle got ahead of you at $2,000,008. Lambaba at $2,000,008. $3 million back to Carrie Lee now at $3 million. $3,000,002 online at $3,000,002. Samba at $3,000,002. Here's the bid. Ahead of the phones now, it's yours online. $3,000,005. Tiffany's bidder, you're back in at $3,000,005. Samba all. $3,000,005 now. At $3,000,005. At $3,000,005. Are you coming in now, Kevin? It's at $3,500,000. So next to be 3.8. Can we have 3.8, please? It's 3 million. Thank you very much. In a new place, Alex with 3,000,008, ahead of you online. I've taken it here first at 3,000,008. Now looking for 4, but we're at 3.8. 4 online, $4 million now at $4 million. At $4 million. Paddle 60 has it online ahead of all the phones and everyone in the room. Here's the bid at $4 million. $4,000,002. Whoa, you scare me. At $4,000,002. At $4,000,002 with Kevin Ching. On my right then, in a new place at $4,000,002 and against you online at $4,000,002. $4,000,005. Thank you. Back to Alex's bidder at $4,000,005 now. You've got to try again, Kevin. At $4,000,005. At $4,000,005. Here's the bid. $4,000,006. $4,000,006. I've taken $4,000,006. At $4,000,006. Can we make sure that we offer $4,000,007 online as well, please? Thank you. Next to be 4.7, just to be fair. You make sure we offer it. There you go. Thank you very much. $4,000,006 is here. Yes, no? There you go, $4,000,007. Looks like we might get to $4,000,008. $4,000,007 is here. Yes? Thank you so much. Ahead of you online, sorry, just ahead of you. 4,000,008 is here. If we can offer 4,000,009 to the online bidder, please. It's yours, Kevin, at 4,000,008. At 4,800,000. 4,000,009 online, thank you very much. And please, and thank you so much here. It's yours online at 4,000,009. Your chance to round it up on the phones. 5 is shown to me by Kevin Ching. It's his bid at $5 million now. Ahead of you online. You say no more. Please let's off. It should be Kevin's at 5. Can we change that? Kevin's bid at 5, please. Thank you very much. 5 is here. Please make sure we offer 5.2 to the online bidder. Here's the bid at $5 million. It's against you online. Alex is out. Are we all done online? You don't look sure, Alex. Here's the bid, though. Your hand goes down again. The bid is here. It's against you online. I'm going to sell at $5 million. Fair warning, at $5 million. 5,000,002 online. Next to be 5.5, please, Kevin. Here's the bid at 5.2. Next is 5.5. Can we try? It's against you. I think I know what's coming. Oh, no. I'll take 5.4. Come on, please. Thank you very much. 5,000,004. That means we need to offer 5,000,006, please, to the online bidder. We can change it. There we go. 5,000,004. Make sure we offer 5,000,006, please. Next. Thank you. 5,000,004 is here. Kevin's bidder then, holding at 5,000,004. Are we all done? At 5,000,004, fair warning. It's against you online. It's Kevin Ching's bidder. Are you out, Alex? You sure? Your hand's gone up again. At $5,400,000. Are you sure? At $5,400,000 then, fair warning. Not yours online. Against you, Alex. On my right. And selling this time at $5,400,000. Sorry, I've taken its note. Here it is at $5,400,000. Thank you. Just a little bit too late online. And your paddle number, Kevin, please. Thank you very much. 81. 11.04 is next. And this is the Eddie Martinez, the work from 2019. And I can start the bidding this time at $1,500,000 straight away. With me at $1,500,000. At $1,400,000. Let's start at $1,400,000. At $1,400,000. At $1,400,000. $1,500,000. $1,600,000 with me at $1,600,000. $1,700,000. $1,800,000. $1,900,000. Time out. It's now yours at $1,900,000. Here it is on my right with Mildred, ahead of my absentee bidder, at $1,900,000. At $1,900,000. At $1,900,000 now. At $1,900,000. At $1,900,000. At $1,900,000. At $1,900,000. Here's the bid. Are we all done then? I'm out. It's yours, Mildred, at $1,900,000. Thank you very much. $2 million in time. We carry lead. $2,200,000. At $2,200,000 now with Mildred on my right. At $2,200,000. At $2,200,000 now. At $2,200,000. Here's the bid at $2,200,000. Are we all done? At $2,200,000, it's on my right. It's against your carry at $2,200,000. Fair warning now and selling, if no further bids, at $2,200,000. You bidding? Yes, no? Last chance at $2,200,000, $2,400,000. Sorry. Next to be $2,600,000. $2,600,000. Thank you. Nice quick bidding, Mildred. We like that. At $2,600,000. Yes, no? At $2,600,000, here's the bid. On my right, with Mildred. It's against your carry at $2,600,000. Fair warning. And selling. Yabia. Yeah, thank you very much. $2,800,000. $3 million straight away. At $3 million. Samba one. At $3 million. At $3 million. No, thank you very much. Here it is on the right. It's yours since we started at $3 million. And we're selling to Mildred bidder at $3 million. Sold at $3 million. And your paddle number is 103. Thank you, Mildred. Thank you, Carrie. Next this evening, we have 11.05, the much anticipated work by Emily May Smith, Oil on Linen from 2016. And where should we start? We can start here at $200,000 straight away at 200,000, 220, 240, 260, I'm bid. Already 260, 280, I'm out. 300 at the back at 300, 320, at 320, 350, 350, at 350, 380, at 380 now. Shay's bidder then. Yes, you bidding? 400,000 now with Michelle at 400,000, 420,000 with Shay at 420,000. So against you further back, sir. Yuki in a new place at 450 now. Yuki Choi's bidder now at 450,000. Next to 500, even better, ahead of you, sorry. Here it is at 500. London's trying to come in, but it's yours, Michelle. Shay, just ahead of you again, sorry. Shay is here at 550. It's against you in London.
600 New York.
600, wonderful. Thank you so much, Scott. The New York team has it. 700,000, sorry, 650? Yeah. 650 is the bid, thank you. In London at 650, at 650,000. 700,000 to New York at 700,000. At 700,000. 750,000 back to Hong Kong and Michelle at 700. 1 million is shout. There you go. At 1 million. Well done. At 1 million. We like that. At 1 million. At
1, 2, Max Moore.
wow. $1,200,000 with Max Moore in New York. At $1,200,000 with Max in New York. At $1,200,000. You want to try again? Yes? 1,300,000 now with Heather at 1,000,003. At 1,000,003 now. 1,000,004 back to New York. At 1,000,004. Is it with Max still? Thank you very much. At 1,000,004, 1,000,005 to Heather at 1,000,005. At 1,000,005. At $1,500,000. It's against you in New York now. At $1,500,000. One more. At $1,500,000, then it's against you in New York. 1.7, 1,700,000. There's a nice jump at 1,000,007. Alex is bidder now. Yes, 1,000,008 back to Heather at 1,000,008. At 1,000,008 now. 1,000,009 with Alex at 1,000,009. At $1,900,000. At 1,000,009. Are we all done in New York? Last chance, Heather. At $1,900,000. Alex has it. It's against you, Heather. It's against you, Max in New York. You bidding? Thank you very much. $2 million back to Heather. Number one. 2,000,002 is the bid. Back to Alex at 2,000,002. Number at 2,000,002. At 2,000,002 now. At 2,000,002. Out. Thank you very much. Thank you, Max. Heather, are we still in? At $2,200,000. At 2,000,002. Here's the bid then. With Alex, against you, Heather. We're out in New York. Are we all done? She says no more. It looks like it's yours. And we're selling to Alex's phone bidder at 2,000,002 then. Fair warning. Heather, you sure? You're out. It's sold to you, Alex, and that is to paddle 117 at $2,200,000. Well done. Thank you very much. 1106 is next. Joe Mesler. Fingers crossed. Executed in 2019. Lots of interest here, and I can start the bidding again nice and high. I can start at $400,000. At $400,000. At $400,000 then. Yes, 420, 450. At 450, 480, still with me. At 480, 500, still here at 500. At 500, 550, 600. At 600 now, 650, 700. At 700,000, still with me. At $700,000. Here's the bid. Yes? Mercedes in New York, thank you so much. At 750, I'm out. 800,000 with Yuki now. It's against you in New York. At 850, is that online? 850 online, ahead of you, Yuki. At 850, at 850. Basha at 850. At $850,000. Sorry, 900, of course, 900,000 with Yuki. On my far left then, 950,000 now with Michelle. At 950,000. Who are rounded up. At $950,000. 1 million with Yuki. at 1 million. Here's the bid on my left at $1 million now. At 1 million. At $1 million. It's against you, Michelle. Next will be 1,000,001. At $1 million, here's the bid at $1 million. 1,000,001 is bid, thank you, at 1,000,001. At 1,000,001 now. At $1,100,000. Michelle has it at 1,000,001. You buy E. At 1,000,002. You buy R. Back to Yuki's bidder at 1,000,002 now. No? Thank you very much. The sign of no more. On my left then, yours then, Yuki. If we're all done elsewhere, it's on my left. It's $1,200,000, and it's yours, Yuki Therese, and we're selling at 1,000,002. So to you, Yuki, that's 1,000,002, and that is to you, Paddle. Sorry, can I see the number again? Thank you very much, 82. And that is, again, another record this evening for the artist. 1107 is next, the Shara Hughes. Large-scale work dated from 2017, the Weeping Willow. Again, I have a lot of interest here, and I can start the bidding at $1 million, 1,000,001, 1,000,001. I can hold it here at 1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,000,003. With me at 1,000,003. At 1,000,003 on my book then, 1,000,004, 1,000,005. At 1,000,005 ahead of you online, 1,000,006, 1,000,007. It's not yours online, it's still with me. At 1 million, sorry, yes, 1,000,006, 1,000,007, 1,000,008. At 1,000,008 with me. At 1,000,008, at 1,000,008. My bid at 1,000,008, 1,000,009, still with me at 1,000,009. At 1,000,009, at 1,000,009, $2 million online, 2,000,002 with me. At 2,000,002, at 2,000,002 now. Here's the bid. It's against you online, it's against you, Felix. 2,000,005, fantastic, it's yours now and I'm out. That's your bid at 2,000,005, if we can change it and make sure that we offer 2,000,008 to the next bidder. Here is 2,000,005. At 2,000,005, I'm out. It's now yours, Felix, at 2,000,005. Come back to us online. And it's against you at the back. 2,000,008, yes? 2,000,008, thank you very much. London's bid now at 2,000,008. At 2,000,008. Looking for 3 million, Felix. Here's the bid. London has it at 2,000,008. One more? He says no more. It looks like it's coming to London at $2,800,000. Are we all done elsewhere? Here's the bid then on my left with the proxy bidder. London has it at 2,000,008 then. Are we all done and selling to the London desk at 2,800,000 Hong Kong dollars? And Felix is, no, he's definitely out. It's coming to you in London at 2,000,008. Sold at 2,000,008. 159, thank you very much. At 2,000,008. And that brings us on to the much anticipated work by Matthew Wong, entitled The Beginning. And we do have a ceremony announcement, ladies and gentlemen, which is, please note that the correct measurement in inches for this painting is 48.72 instead of 48 by 60 inches, which with the measurement in centimeters are correct. So again, slight change from the original printed information. And where should we start? Let's start at $5 million for this, at $5 million straight away. With me then at $5 million, $5,000,005. Still with me at $5,000,005. Ahead of you online, my absentee bidder has it at $5,000,005, $6,000,005 to me at $6,000,005. $7,000,005 still to me, and ahead of you online at $7,000,005. $8 million I'm out. It's now yours, Shay, at $8 million. At $8 million. Ahead of you online at $8 million. 8.5, thank you. Ahead of you online. New York has it at 8.5. At $8,000,005, $9 million. $9 million ahead of you, Jen. I've taken it with Shay first at $9 million. At $9 million. At $9 million. At $9 million. $9,000,005, $10 million. It's against you, Jen. It's here on my left now with Shay at $10 million. You give me 11. Here's the bid at $10 million. At 10 million. Thank you very much. $11 million now in London. At 11 million. At 11 million. London's bid has it at 11 million. 12, taken 12 already from Jen. At 12 million. Jen's bidder at 12. 13 million in a new place with Yoni at 13 million. At 13 million. It's against you, London. It's against you, Jen, at 13 million. 14 million with London at 14 million. At $14 million. 15 million back to Jen at 15 million. At 15 million. Jen's better than at 15 million. At $15 million. Thank you very much. Fergus in London has 16 million. 17 million in a new place with Felix at 17 million now. At 17. It's against you, Fergus. 18 million back to Jen. 18 million. At $18 million. At $18 million. Holding on my right then with Zhenhua at 18 million. At $18 million. We're still in Yoni at $18 million. Here's the bid at $18 million. It's against you, London. $19 million with Felix at 19. At $19 million. At 19. At $19 million. Zhenhua, one more? You'd like to round it up for me? You will. Thank you so much. $20 million. At 20 now. It's against you, Felix. Holding here then, on my right. Yoni, are you out? You're out. How are we doing in London?
500.
Nope. Next to be 21 I would take, but no less. 21 million. At 21 million. Felix is bidder at 21 million. 22 million. There we go. He's done. Thank you so much, though. Please thank your client. Here it is, though, Jen. It's yours at $22 million. So we've all done elsewhere. Fair warning and selling at $22 million then for the Matthew Wong. Well done, Jen. And that's $22 million to paddle 16. Well done. That brings us on to 1109, which is the first of our premium lots this evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the wonderful work from Willem de Kooning, executed in 1983. The property from an important international collection. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $30 million, at $30 million, at $30 million, at $30 million, 32 million, at 32 million, at 32 million, 35 million now with Zhenhua, at 35, 38 million, at 38 million against you, at 38 million. At $38 million, at $38 million, at $38 million. Thank you, 39 million, at 39 million. Here's the bid at 39, at $39 million with Zhenhua. On my right then, at $39 million, at $39 million, at $39 million, at $39 million. It's on my right with Zhenhua at $39 million. At $39 million, you're coming in, Felix. Here's the bid at $39 million. You sure? At $39 million. Ask one more time. At $39 million. Here's the bid. At $39 million. Yours, Zhenhua, and I'm selling at $39 million. Are we all done? At 39. Sold at $39 million to paddle 14. Thank you very much, Zhenhua. At 39. 1110 is next. Again, the next of our premium lots. The work by Nara, 10 stars, very much appreciated on our various Asian Travexes this season, our traveling exhibitions. Work from 2014. And I can start the bidding here at $13 million for this, at $13 million, at $13 million, $14 million, at $14 million now, $15 million, at $15 million, at $15 million. At $15 million, holding here at $15 million. At $15 million, $16 million with Felix now. At $16 million, $17 million. $18 million with Felix at $18 million. At $18 million. At $18 million. You coming in, Yoni, at 18 million? Here's the bid then. On my left with Felix at $18 million. At $18 million. You bidding? 19 million now in a new place with Heather. 20 million straight away back to Felix's bidder at 20. At $20 million. At 20 million. At $20 million. At 20 million. Next is 22. Can we change that? Make sure it's 22. Thank you. Next bid is 22. You want 21. All right. I teased you. 22, though, straight away. Thank you, Felix. At 22. We're now at 22. At $22 million. You coming in, Kevin? At $22 million? At $22 million? Felix has it at $22 million. Don't lose it, Kevin. At $22 million. $23 million. Don't worry, here's the bid. 24 million. At 24 million now. At 24 million. At 24 million. It's okay. At 24 million. It's yours, don't worry. At 24 million. Heather, we still in? At 24 million? 25 million back to Kevin. At 25 million. There we go. Quick bidding. Felix has it at 26 now. At $26 million. At $26 million. One more. 27 million. With Kevin Ching now on my right at 27 million. At 27. 28 million. You still in, Heather? At $28 million. She says no more. Kevin, it's up to you. Yes, no? Felix has it then at $28 million. Here it is at 28 million. 29 million. Kevin Ching has it. Your chance to round it up, Felix. 30 million. At $30 million now. No more. Thank you very much. Please thank your client. Felix, it's yours at $30 million. Are we all done? Heather, last chance. Kevin, fair warning. And we're all done at $30 million. Selling to you then, Felix, at 30. Sold to you at 30, and that is to paddle 13. Thank you very much. $11.11 is next. Another premium lot, this time done to Schultz. The lion eating its tamer, work from 2015. And I can start the bidding here at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, $7 million, $7,500,000, at $7,500,000, at $7,500,000, at $7,500,000, at $7,500,000, at $7,500,000, $8 million, at $8 million now, at $8 million, at $8 million, $8,500,000, at $8,500,000, at $8,500,000. At $8,500,000, at $8,500,000, at $8,500,000, at $8,500,000. Holding here then at $8,500,000, at $8,500,000. You coming in London at $8,500,000, Yuki. Last chance at $8,500,000. London's thinking at $8,500,000. It's against you, Debbie. It's against you, Yuki. At $8,500,000 then. At $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. Are we all done? At $8,500,000. London, yes or no? Yuki, you coming in? At $8,500,000. No. At $8,500,000 then, are we all done? At $8,500,000, fair warning. $8,500,000, and that was unsold. Moving on to 1112 next. Okay, we'll come back and we'll reopen that later if that's okay. 1112 is next. And this is the, we'll reopen it. It's okay, we'll have to come back. Or is, okay, can we go back to 1111, please? Let's make sure the teams in London know. Yeah, I think Kevin was just, yeah, make sure that. Alex Branchek, thank you. Thank you in London. Okay, so we are on 1111. There was a very last minute bid here at $8,500,000. At $8,500,000 then. At $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. 9 million. Yep, Joe buy. There we go. 9 million, thank you. We are. No, 8,500,000 is against you. 8,500,000 is against you. No, no, 8,500,000. We consider 8,800,000 though. If we can get 8,800,000, I might take it. It's at 8,500,000. Yep. 9. Thank you so much. 9 is the bid. At 9. At $9 million. Here it is on my right at $9 million. Alex? We've got a bidder here already then at $9 million. At $9 million, it's against you in London now. You've got a second chance. At $9 million. Nicholas has it on my right then at $9 million. Alex, I must hurry you. Here it is. Your second chance. On the same night, at $9 million. 9.2. I would take 9 million too. Would you take 9.5? That'll be next. Nope, nope, how? We are. It's coming to you in London then. Nicholas says no. London's bid then. Alex has it at 9 million too. We're selling this time at 9 million too. You sure? Last chance, Nicholas. At 9 million too. Sold at 9 million too. And that's to Alex. I'm sorry, 56. 46. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you all very much. Now back to 1112. Next of our premium lots, ladies and gentlemen, property from a distinguished private American collection, the Roy Lichtenstein, Reflections on Thud, signed and dated in 1990 on the reverse. And I could start the bidding here at $70 million for this, at 70 million, at 70 million, at 70 million, 72 million, at 72 million, at 72 million, at 72, 74 million, at 74 million, at 74 million, at 74 million, 76 million, at $76 million. Holding here at $76 million. At $76 million. At $76 million. At 76. At $76 million. At 76. At $76 million. At 76. At 76. At 76. We're coming in New York. At 76. At $76 million. Looks like they're thinking about it in New York at $76 million. At $76 million. Sorry? At $76 million. Yuki's thinking about it. 94. 94, ladies and gentlemen, is the bid at 94 million. There we go. At 94. Is New York going to come in now? Here's the bid at $94 million. At $94 million. At 94. Watching closely in New York, it's with you, Yuki, at $94 million. Holding for Brooke at 94. Thank you, Scott. At $94 million. Just to be clear, the next bid will be 96, if we can change that. At $94 million. Yes, no in New York? Are we all done then? At $94 million, fair warning to you in New York, and to everyone else, it's on my left at $94 million with Yuki's bidder. Any sign in New York? A shake of the head. No, they're out. It's yours, Yuki, at $94 million. Well done, Yuki, at $94 million. And that is to paddle 124. Next up is 1113. The Adrian Ghenie, the self-portrait in 1945 from 2015. Lovely piece, this. And we can start the bidding straight away at $2,800,000, at $2,800,000, at $2,800,000, at $2,800,000, at $2,800,000, $3 million, $3,200,000 with me at $3,200,000, at $3,200,000, $3,500,000, $3,800,000 with me at $3,800,000, at $3,800,000, at $3,800,000, $4 million, $4,200,000, ahead of you online. My bid then at $4,200,000, at $4,200,000, $4,500,000, $4,800,000 with me at $4,800,000, at $4,800,000. With me at $4,800,000 now. $5 million with Justina. $5,500,000 with me at $5,500,000. $6 million. $6,500,000 with me. Not yours, Heather. It's mine now. On the book. My absentee bidder has it at $6,500,000. At $6,500,000. Looking around. Yes, $7 million. Back to Heather's bidder at $7 million. $7,500,000. Back to me at $7,500,000. Ahead of you, Yuki. At $7,500,000 with my absentee bidder. It's ahead of you both, yes. $8 million back to Heather. $8,500,000 to me. My absentee bidder has it at $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. It's against you, Yuki. It's against you, Heather. It's still with me, my absentee bidder, someone who couldn't join us tonight, here in Hong Kong, at $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. Heather, no more? At $8,500,000. Here's the bid then. At $8,500,000. Are we all out in London and New York? Any signs? I'm just waiting for the two bidders here in Hong Kong. At $8,500,000. Sure. 8.8 to me. At 8.8. 8,800,000. Baba Bashwan. At $8,800,000. Still with me then with my absentee bidder at $8,800,000. It's against you both. The bid is still here at $8,800,000. Heather, no more? You're out. Yuki, it's just you to decide. It's my bid then still at $8,800,000. Yuki, one more? Holding here then at $8,800,000 with my absentee bidder. Are we all done? Hammers up then. At $8,800,000, my absentee bidder has it. It's against you, Yuki. She says no more. It's my bid then. My absentee has it at $8,800,000. Heather, last chance. Are we all done? It's against you both. My bid is here on the book at $8,800,000. Sold to me then, to my absentee bidder at $8,800,000, and that is to paddle 112. Thank you both very much on the phones. 1114 is next, which is the wonderful work here by Tuyen, the Eastern Entrance, work from 2016. And I can start the bidding here at $3,800,000, at $3,800,000, $4 million, $4 million two, at $4 million two then, at $4 million two, at $4 million two from William 5, at $4 million 5, $4 million 8, thank you. The bid is here at $4 million 8, $5 million, at $5 million. Mildred on my right at $5 million now, at $5 million, at $5 million. Any advance at $5 million? On my right then, Yuki's out. The bid is on my right then with Mildred at $5 million. At $5 million, at $5 million, at $5 million. Are we all done elsewhere? At $5 million. You coming in, Kevin, at $5 million? London is thinking about it as well. Thank you, Paddy. At $5 million. Shake of the head, though. Kevin, you coming in? Heather, the bid is here. On my right, then. Heather, no more? At $5 million. It's against you, Kevin. I take 5-2, if you can ask, please. Arsha. Thank you. $5 million 2 is with Kevin now. No more. $5 million 2 is here. Mildred says no more. She's out. It's now yours at $5 million 2, Kevin. At $5 million 2. Are we all done elsewhere? Here's the bid then for the Toyin at $5,200,000. Fair warning at $5 million 2. Sold to you, Kevin, at $5 million 2. Well done, and that's to Paddle Lady 1. Next up is the next of our premium lots, ladies and gentlemen. This is 1115, property of an important European collection, the Zeng Fanzhi, Mass Series number 18, obviously from the famed 1994 series. And I can start the bidding here at $9,500,000, at $9,500,000, at $9,500,000, at $9,500,000. Holding here at $9,500,000, at $9,500,000, at $9,500,000. $10 million, thank you very much. Yoni's bidder then at $10 million, at $10 million, at $10 million, $11 million, at 11, at $11 million. It's against Yoni at 11, at $11 million. You coming in, Michelle? It's $11 million. At $11 million. Michelle, you coming in now? It's $11 million. It's against you, Yoni. It's against you, Michelle. At $11 million. Jessica, you coming in at 11? At $11 million. At $11 million. You coming in? At $11 million. Michelle? Her hands up. Yuki, you coming in? At $11 million. Yoni? $12 million in time. At $12 million. Back to Yoni's bidder. At $12 million. It's against you, Yuki. It's against you, Michelle. Holding here on my right now with Yoni's bidder at $12 million. I can hear. At $12 million. I can't understand, but I can hear. At $12 million. At $12 million. Your bid at $12 million, don't worry. At $12 million. Michelle, last chance. Yuki, are we all done? Your bid then, Yoni, at $12 million and selling at 12. Sold at $12 million, and that is to Paddle 150. Thank you very much, Yoni. At $12 million. Gongsi, gongsi. 1116 is next. Zhang Xiaogang from the famed Bloodline series in 1991. Mother and son number 1. This is obviously a premium lot, ladies and gentlemen. And I can start the bidding this time at $19 million for this, at $19 million, $20 million, at $20 million, $22 million, at $22 million, $24 million, at $24 million, at $24 million, at $24 million. You coming in, Nicholas, at 24? At $24 million, at 24, at $24 million, at 24, at $24 million, at $24 million, at $24 million. Coming in now at $24 million, $26 million, at $26 million, 27.5. I will happily take it. $27,500,000. We can make that correct on the screen. There we go. 27,500,000. I would take 28 if it helps Shay and Michelle, both of you. 27,500,000. Here it is. Nicholas, you still in or out? You're definitely out. At $27,500,000. It's a small jump, Michelle. $27,500,000. Holding here on my left then at $27,500,000. Jen, we coming in? Shake of the head there at $27,500,000. It's against you, Michelle. It's against you, Nicholas. Are we all done elsewhere? If so, I'm selling at $27,500,000. Fair warning, Michelle. Last chance. Yes, no? I'd like to see the hand go up. Try one last time. At 27.5. On my left then, at $27,500,000. Michelle, yes, no? Fair warning then. I'm selling at 27 million. She shakes her head finally at 27 million. Please thank your client. Here's the bid then. Yuki has it at 27.5. $27,500,000 to paddle 127. Thank you, Yuki. 11.17 is next. Next of our premium lots, ladies and gentlemen, the work by Fan Lijun. This is number 4, entitled number 4 from 1993. And I can start the bidding this time at $16 million for this, at 16 million, 17 million, 18 million. I must go at 18 million, at $18 million then, at 18 million, at $18 million, at 18 million, at $18 million, at $18 million. Holding here at 18 million, at 18 million. You coming in, Jessica, at $18 million. 19 million, thank you. 19 is here at 19 million. On my right then at 19 million. Michelle, you coming in? 19 million is here. I'm sorry? Once. 19,400,000 at 19,400,000. At 19,400,000. What would you like to give me? I may be flexible. At 19,400,000. Be cheeky for once. What's the bid? 20 million, thank you. That's nice, I like that very much. Please thank your client, $20 million. Jessica's bid now at 20. At $20 million. It's against you, Michelle. Be nice to have a 21 million would be nice if we can do that this time. Holding here on my right then at $20 million though. It's against you, Michelle. $20 million. Are we all done? Michelle, no more? Shake of the head then, $20 million. It's coming to you then, Jessica. If no more bids, $20 million it is. Fair warning at 20 million Hong Kong dollars. Sold at 20 million, and that's a paddle 97. To you, Jessica, thank you very much. That brings us to Lu Xiaodong, 1118. The work entitled Sons, dated from 1995. And I could start the bidding this time at $5,500,000, at $5,500,000, at $5,500,000 now, at $5,500,000, $6 million, $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, holding at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000. $7 million, thank you. 7 is bid at $7 million now with Nicholas Chow on my right at $7 million. $7,500,000 at $7,500,000 against you now. At $7,500,000. At $8 million on my right. $8 million is here with Yuki at $8 million. Ba-ba-wham. At $8 million. He shakes his head then. It's on my left then at $8 million. You coming in, Paddy, at $8 million? At $8 million. Jen, are we in? At $8 million. At $8 million. Holding here at $8 million. You coming in, Patty, at $8 million? It's on my left then. Nicholas is out. Jen, you coming in at $8 million? At $8 million. Jen, you coming in at $8 million? You look like you're thinking about it. Patty? You're thinking about it as well. That's okay. At $8 million. Holding here on my left end at $8 million. Jen, no more? Shake of the head from Jen. Patty? Last lady standing or sitting. I'm selling at 8. Thank you very much, Paddy. 8,500,000. Baba Ushawan. At $8,500,000. Here's the bid. On my right then, here's the bid. It's against Yuki. Paddy has it. At $8,500,000. No? She shakes her head. Thank you. You preempted me. At $8,500,000. You should come here, Paddy. At $8,500,000. At $8,500,000, it's Paddy's bid. Last chance, Yuki then. I'm selling on the right. It's against you, Jen. Against you, Nicholas. On my right. Last chance to you, Yuki. Paddy has it at $8,500,000 and sold at $8,500,000 to you, Paddy, and that is to paddle 114. Thank you very much. At $8,500,000. Well done. 1119 is next. The Wang Guanyi, the post-classical series after Mona Lisa. Initialed and dated 87-88. And I have some interest here, and I can start the bidding here at $3,200,000, at $3,200,000, $3,500,000, $3,800,000, at $3,800,000. Holding here with me. My absentee bidder has it at $3,800,000. $4 million. $4,200,000 with me ahead of you, though. My bid then at $4,200,000. Not yours, Nicholas. Absentee bidder has it at $4,200,000. One more. He says no more. It's mine then at $4,200,000. You coming in, Alex? It's my bid at $4,200,000. No pressure. At $4,200,000. At $4,200,000 then, it's my bid then. It's against you, Nicholas. It's against you, Alex. I'm going to sell at $4,200,000 to my absentee bidder. Are you coming in New York? Thank you very much. We're waiting for New York and Mercedes. At sorry, just ahead of you. I've taken it with Alex at $4,500,000. I'm out. It's now yours at $4,500,000, Alex. We try again in New York at $4,500,000. At $4,500,000. It's against you in New York. If you'd like to try again, I'm out. It's here, though, in Hong Kong on the phone desk at $4,800,000. Thank you very much. Mercedes in New York at $4,800,000 now. At $4,800,000. $5 million back to Alex at $5 million. At $5 million now. At $5 million. At $5 million. At $5 million. Give us a sign in New York. It's at $5 million. Waiting for a response in New York. Is with you, Alex, and I can sell at $5 million. Are we all done? Last chance to you in New York. It's here in Hong Kong on the phone desk then with Alex and selling in time. 5 million, 5.2 I will take. Next will be 5.5 if you wish. The bid is in New York with Mercedes at $5,200,000. It's against you, Alex. 5,500,000. At $5,500,000. 5,800,000. Thank you for asking. Because it doesn't say that on the screen. There we go. Yours, Alex, at $5,500,000. Waiting for New York and Mercedes. Thank you very much there. There we have it in New York then at $5,800,000. at $5,800,000. $6 million is the response at $6 million. You want to, or you're thinking about to? You want the option. Can we make sure we change it to 6.2 for the next bid? That would be great. Thank you. Holding here at $6 million. Alex's bidder then at $6 million. Waiting for Mercedes in New York. $6 million too. Thank you. Back to you in New York. Mercedes bidder then at $6 million too. $6 million 5. The next bid will be $6 million 8, if we can change that, please. There we go. At $6,500,000. Here in Hong Kong, waiting patiently with Alex's phone bidder. At $6,500,000. Any advance? At $6 million 5 then, here's the bid. It's against you, New York. Are we all done at $6,500,000? Fair warning. No, they say. It's coming to you, Alex. Are we all done elsewhere? It's at $6 million 5. Last chance to you in New York. Another shake of the head. Thank you very much. And it's coming to you then, Alex, at $6 million 5. Sold, well done, at $6 million 5, and that is to paddle 145. $6 million 5, yeah. Thank you very much. Next up is 1120. It's the property from an important Swiss private collection, the Lijun, the self-portrait, in 2 parts from 1997. And I can start the bidding here at $2 million for this, at $2 million, $2 million 2, at $2 million 2 now, at $2,200,000, holding here at $2 million 2, at $2,200,000, at $2 million 2. $2 million 4, thank you, at $2 million 4 now with Tiffany at $2 million 4, $2 million 6, ahead of you, Nicholas, at $2 million 6, at $2 million 6 now. $2 million 8, ahead of all of you on the right. It's yours, Florence, at $2 million 8. $3 million back to Tiffany at $3 million. Stand by 1. At $3 million now. $3 million 2. At $3 million 2 now. Here's the bid at $3 million 2. At $3 million 2. $3 million 5. At $3 million 5 in a new place with Jessica Lee. At $3 million 5. $3 million 8. Back to Florence's bidder now at $3 million 8. Ahead of you both on my right at $3 million 8. At $3,800,000. Here's the bid at $4 million. At $4 million now. At $4 million. Jessica has it at $4 million. At $4 million. $4 million 2. At $4 million. At $4 million. At $4 million. $4,500,000 back to Jessica's bidder at $4 million 5. At $4,500,000. At $4 million 5. At $4 million 5. It's against you, Florence. You're bidding. Thank you. $4 million 8. At $4 million 8 now. At $4 million 8. I think you dropped something in the aisle. $5 million. At $5 million, Jessica's bidder. That's right. He's picked it up now. It's good. $5 million. Jessica's bidder now at 5. At $5 million. It's against you, Florence, at $5 million. Holding here then on my right with Jessica Lee at $5 million. You coming back in, Tiffany? Of course, at $5 million 2. Next to be $5 million 5 if you like, Jessica. How? There we go. We did it. $5 million 5. Well done, Jessica. It's yours at $5 million 5. At $5 million 5. Next to be $5 million 8. At $5,500,000. Holding here at $5 million 5 is against you, Florence. It's with you, Jessica. Tiffany, are we out? That's not yes or no, is it? At $5 million 5. At $5 million 5. Any advance at $5,500,000. Here's a bit. $5 million 8. $6 million straight away. Thank you. At $6 million. Next will be 6.2 if we can change that. Thank you. $6 million is here. There we go. At $6 million. Holding here on my right then at $6 million. Jessica has it. It's against you, Florence. Any advance? No, 6 will be 6-2 only. Try to keep it consistent if we can. Thank you very much. Please thank your client. 6,000,002 at $6,200,000 at 6,000,002. At 6,500,000. Back to Jessica's bidder. We can change it to 6,800. At $6,500,000. Florence, yes, no? At $6,500,000. No more, she says. Here it is then, on my right then, at 6,500,000, and selling to you then, Jessica, at 6,500,000, fair warning. Sold at 6,500,000, and that is to paddle 97 at 6,500,000. Thank you very much. That brings us on to lot number 1121. Again, one of our premium lots, ladies and gentlemen. And the property of an important private collection, the Adrian Ghenie, the trip from 2016. And I can start the bidding here at $30 million for this at 30 million, at 30 million, 32 million, at 32 million then, at 32 million, 35 million, at 35 million, 38 million, at 38 million, 40 million, at 40 million is called, at 40 million on my left with Yuki then, at $40 million, at 40 million. Any advance at 40 million? Are we all done then? I can sell at $40 million. Are we all done elsewhere? It's on my left then at $40 million. Are we all done? 40 is the bid with Yuki and selling at $40 million. Sold at $40 million, and that is to paddle 129. Thank you very much. That brings us to the Christine Aicho, 1122, property from a distinguished Asian collector. And we do have a serum notice here, which is, please note the correct dimensions of this work are 170 by 170 and 66 7/8 by 66 7/8 inches, and not as stated in the original printed catalogue. And I can start the bidding for the Christine Aicho at $4,200,000, at $4,200,000, at $4,200,000 from William 5, $4,800,000, at $4,800,000. Yes, $5 million is bid straight away at $5 million with Shay here at $5 million, at $5 million. Here's the bid at $5 million, at $5 million, holding here at $5 million. Any advance at $5 million, at $5 million. Are we all done in London and New York? Are we all done elsewhere? Here's the bid.
Bidding London.
Thank you very much. London has it at $5,500,000. Who's the bidder?
Hugo.
Hugo's bidder, thank you, at $5,500,000. At $5,500,000. No more? Okay. At $5,500,000. That was quick. At $5,500,000. In London, then it's yours, and I'm selling at $5,500,000.
Bidding Amy.
Thank you very much. Amy Capalezzo in New York at $6 million. At $6 million. With you, Amy. At $6 million now. At $6 million. Come back to me, Hugo, in London. At $6 million. At $6 million. At $6 million. With New York and Amy. London says no more. Amy, it's coming to you if no further bids at $6 million. Hong Kong, are we all done elsewhere? Fair warning then, it's against you, London, against you, Hugo, against you, Shay. It's with you, Amy, in New York at $6 million and selling at $6 million. Sold to the New York bidder, which is Amy Capalezzo, and the number is? 79. Thank you very much, Amy. $11.23 is the Shiraga from 1992, the oil and canvas Kosha. This is a premium lot, ladies and gentlemen. And I will start the bidding here at just $10 million for this at 10 million, 11 million, 12 million. I'm bid at 12 million, 12 million, 13 million, at 13 million. At $13 million with Debbie at 30 million. 15 million, thank you, at 15 million. At 15 million. Here's the bid at 15 million now. On my left at 15 million, you're coming in, Michelle. Yuki has it at $15 million. At 15 million. You sure? At $15 million. Holding here then at $15 million. At 15. Are we all done elsewhere? You sure, Michelle? Here it is at $15 million. Are we all done in London and New York? It's with Yuki Therese, and we're selling, if no further bids, at 15 million. Last chance at 15 million. Sold at 15 million, and your paddle number is 131. Thank you, Yuki. That brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to the hugely rare and important work by Clyfford Still, property from a distinguished American collector, executed in 1965 and entitled PH 568. And where should we start? $98 million for this, at $98 million, at $98 million, at $98 million, at $98 million, $100 million, at $100 million, at $100 million, at $100 million, $102 million, at $102 million now, at 102, $104 million, at $104 million, at $104 million, at $104 million, holding here at $104 million, at $104 million, at $104 million, at 104, at $104 million, holding here at $104 million, at 104. 108, is that correct? 'Just checking. $108 million in New York at 108, is that correct? At 108 million? I'll happily take that. Yes, $108 million. Here's the bid at $108 million. And who's the bidder? Is it Amy? Amy's bidder in New York at $108 million. In New York then, with Amy Capoletto at $108 million. You coming in, Fiona, at $108 million? Yuki, are we all done? At $108 million. Patty, no more? At $108 million. Thinking about it in London, it's yours, Amy, at $108 million. No. At $108 million, are we all done at $108 million? It's yours, Amy, and selling at $108 million. Congratulations, Amy, at $108 million, and the paddle number is 84. Thank you very much. Next is 1125, which is the Luwei, the landscape, the oil on canvas from 2008. And we have a ceremony announcement. Please note that the painting was in fact signed and dated by the artist. And I have interest here, and I can start the bidding straight away at $4 million for this, at $4 million, $4 million, $4 million, $5. I'm already bid at $4 million, $5 with my absentee bidder at $4 million, $5, at $4 million, $5 now. At $4 million, $5. Anyone wish to challenge my absentee bidder at $4 million, $5? At $4 million, $5. $4 million, $8 with Jen, I'm out. It's now Jen's bidder at $4 million, $8. At $4,800,000. At $4 million, $8. $5 million with New York. Brad Bentoff has it. In New York at $5 million, at $5 million, $5 million 2 I would take from Jen Hua at $5 million 2, at $5 million 2, next to be $5 million 5. $5 million 5 is here at $5 million 5 in New York. Brad has it in New York at $5 million 5, $5 million 8, at $5 million 8, at $5 million 8 with Jen. Can we change that? Yes, $6 million, thank you, at $6 million now. Back to Brad in New York at $6 million. Can we try 6.5? It's at 6,500,000. Back to Jen at 6,500,000. At 6,500,000 now. $7 million with Brad in New York at 7 million. At 7 million now. At $7 million. At $7 million. Here's the bid. 7,500,000 at 7,500,000. At 7,500,000. 8 million's bid at $8 million. At $8 million. Brad has it in New York at $8 million. Jen, it's against you now at $8 million. Patty, you coming in? It's at $8 million. She says no more. Tiffany, are you coming in now? At $8 million. At 8 million. 8,200,000 from Patty Wong. At 8 million 2. We can change it on the screen. There we go. It's against you in New York, Brad. 8,000,005, thank you so much. It's back to you in New York, Brad, at 8,000,005. At 8,000,005. Would you like 8,8, Patty? I'd love 8,8. Thank you. There we go. 8,000,008. $9 million. Thank you, Brad. It's back to you in New York at $9 million. It's against you, Paddy. $9,200,000 back to Patty Wong at $9,200,000. It's against you, Brad, now. The bid is back here. $9,500,000 straight away. Thank you, Brad. It's yours in New York again at $9,500,000. At $9,500,000. $9,000,008 back to Patty at $9,000,008. Yes, $10 million. Is it still Brad? $10 million. At $10 million. No. Patty says no more. Here's the bid then in New York with Brad at $10 million. Are you coming in, Tiffany? At $10 million. At $10 million. Yeah, we are. At $10 million, no more, Tiffany? At $10 million, it's against you, Paddy. Here's the bid in New York with Brad and selling at $10 million. Sold at $10 million to Brad's bidder, and the paddle number is 818. Thank you very much. 18. Thank you, Paddy. 11:26 brings us on to the Cecily Brown, the Summer Storm, dated 2000, oil on canvas, from property from an important American private collection. We do have a ceremony announcement. Please note that the painting was not exhibited in the CFA in Berlin, but was illustrated in their catalogue. And I have interest here, and I can start the bidding straight away at $10 million for this, at $10 million, at $10 million, at $10 million, at $10 million, at $11 million, at $11 million, $12 million now, at $12 million, at $12 million, holding here at $12 million, at $12 million. Thanks, sorry, taking it first here, $12,500,000, $13 million is my absentee bidder at $13 million, at $13 million, ahead of you in London. My bid at 13, next to be 14 if you like. My bid then at $13 million, at 13. You coming in? It's my bid then at $13 million, and it's against you, Jessica. At no more. Here's the bid then. My absentee bidder has it at $13 million. It's against you in London. At $13 million. Any advance at $13 million. At $13 million. Here's the bid at 13. At $13 million. Here it is then. My absentee bidder has it at $13 million, and I will sell, if no further bids, at $13 million. Fair warning, at $13 million. Hammers up, and we're selling at 13. No more? You sure? Your hammer's, sorry, hammer, your hand's gone down. No, they're out. My bid then, it's against you, Jessica, it's against you, London. My absentee bidder has it at $13 million and selling at $13 million. $13 million, and that is to paddle. Is that 122? Thank you both very much. Next is 1127, the wonderful work by Gerhard Richter from 1985. The Sulphur, also entitled 573-1. This is a property from a distinguished international collection and a premium lot, ladies and gentlemen. And I could start the bidding here at $65 million for this, at $65 million, $70 million, $75 million, at $75 million. $78 million, thank you, is the bid at 78, $80 million now at Carrie Lee, at $80 million. Yuki, are we all done here? At $80 million, at $80 million, $85 million, at $85 million, $90 million, at $90 million now, at $90 million. Already $90 million here. at $90 million. It's against you, Jen, at $90 million. At $90 million. At $90 million. At $90 million. Yes? 92 million. 92 million. Next to be 95. 92 million is here. At 92 million. Next to be 90. I will take 94. 94 million. At 94 million. If we can switch that to 94 and offer 96. At 94 is the bid. There we go. 96 million. Thank you, Jen. At 96 million. Next to be 98. $98 million now with Carrie Lee at 98 million. $100 million. EE. Here it is. Jen's bidder then at $100 million. $110 million. I had a feeling I better check. 101. Having deja vu. It's against you, Jen. Here it is. You sure? At $101 million, here's the bid. I'll let you ask one more time. At $101 million. It's against you, Jen. Here's the bid on the left end with Carrie Lee at $101 million. Are we all done? Jen, you sure? Absolutely sure. Shakes her head again. Your bid then. Are we all done elsewhere? It's with you, Carrie, at $101 million. Well done, Carrie, at 101, and that is paddle 147. $11.28 is next, ladies and gentlemen. We now move on to Zeng Fanzhi, the untitled work from 2008. And I can start the bidding here for the work at $3,800,000, at $3,800,000, at $3,800,000, $4 million, at $4,200,000, at $4,200,000, at $4,200,000, yes? $4 million, at $4 million. $5 million, thank you. It's bid at $5 million, $5,500,000, at $5,500,000 ahead of you, Debbie, at $5,500,000, at $6 million now. Yuki's bidder at $6 million, at $6 million, $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, back to Michelle, at $6,500,000, at $6,500,000, $7 million in a new place with Fiona, $7,500,000, back to Michelle's bidder, at $7,500,000. At $7,500,000. $8 million is called. Baba Wan. At $8 million with Yuki now. At $8 million. Any advance at $8 million? At $8 million. At $8 million. One more. $8,200,000. At $8,200,000. At $8,200,000. Any advance? $8,500,000. You heard it. And I've accepted it at $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. You sure? 8,800,000 always sounds good. At $8,500,000, here's the bid. It's against you, Fiona. It's on my left then with Yuki's bidder. Are you sure? At $8,500,000. Fair warning, you sure? She says no again. Here it is then at $8,500,000. Sold at $8,500,000, and that is to paddle 62? 62. Thank you very much. $11.29 is the work by George Kondo, the back channel. Premium lot, ladies and gentlemen. Much of my work here in the preview in Hong Kong. And I can start the bidding this time at $10 million for this, at $10 million, at $10 million, $11 million, at $11 million, at $11 million, holding it at $11 million, $12 million. 14 million with Gregoire in New York. Thank you, Gregoire. Your bid then at $14 million, at $14 million, at $14 million, at $14 million. 15 million, thank you. Yuki's bidder at 15, ahead of you, or against you, Greg, now, at $15 million. at 15 million. At 15 million. Holding for you in New York, Greg. It's against you. It's Yuki's bidder at $15 million now. At 15 million. At 15 million. 16 million. Back to you, Greg. In New York at 16 million. At 16 million. At $16 million. Yuki anymore? At $16 million. The bid's in New York with Gregoire Biot. At $16 million. Fair warning then. Are we all done? It's with you, Greg, in New York. And selling at $16 million. Fair warning to you, Yuki, at 16 million. Yes, no? No? Thank you very much, Yuki. Please thank your clients. Yours then. Fair warning to everyone else. Gregoire has it in New York and selling at $16 million. So to you, Gregoire, 16 million, and your paddle number is? 12. Thank you very much. $11.30 is next. The great work here by Chris Yuen, Sing Kan, Mumu, and Dudud. And lots of interest here. Lots and lots of interest. I could start the bidding here at $700,000, at $700,000, at $700,000, at $700,000, at $700,000, $800,000, $850,000 with me at $850,000 straight away. Thank you very much. $900,000, I'm out at $900,000, $950,000 ahead of you online. 950 is here. 1 million. At 1 million ahead of you online. 1 million is here. At 1 million. Fiona's bidding now at $1 million. At 1 million. 1 million one with Shay. At 1 million one. 1 million one is here. At 1 million one. Shay's bidder at 1 million one. Come back to me online. At $1,100,000. Any advance? 1 million two. Ahead of you online. Sorry, here's the bid in Hong Kong at 1 million two. Your bid, Michelle, at 1 million two now. At $1,200,000. It's against you online. It's here in Hong Kong at 1 million two. At $1,200,000. Fiona, any more? 1 million three ahead of you all. At 1 million three online to paddle 88. Lucky you. At 1 million eight. At $1,300,000. Any advance? At $1,300,000. It's against you, Fiona. You coming in, Yuki? At $1,300,000. Are we all done then? At $1,300,000. Michelle, last chance. Michelle? Shay? Fiona, you sure? It's online and selling then. Fair warning. No more? No. Here it is then. And selling at 1 million three. Sold at 1 million three. Congratulations to you online, and you are paddle 88. And that is a record for the artist, ladies and gentlemen. 1131 is the Wang Guanglu from 2004. And I can start the bidding here at $3 million, at $3 million, at $3 million. 3 million two, 3 million five with my absentee bidder at 3 million five. And I can sell at 3 million five, at 3 million five. Here is the bid at 3 million five, at 3 million five. My bid is here, and I can sell at 3 million five. It's against you, Nicholas. It's against you, Jen. It's against you, Yoni. My bid is here at $3,500,000. At 3 million five. You coming in, Yoni? At 3 million five. Here's the bid at 3 million five, and I'm selling. It's against you, Nicholas. The bid is here at $3,500,000. Last chance to you, Nicholas. At 3 million. Yabiya. Here's the bid. You're out. Here's the bid then, my absentee bidder. You coming in? You sure? At 3 million five, and selling then at $3,500,000. Sold to my absentee bidder at 3 million five, and that is to paddle 131. Next is the work by Yayoi Kusama, the gold Skynets from 2015. And I can start the bidding here at $5 million for this at $5 million, $5 million, $6 million, at $6 million then, at $6 million, at $6 million. Thank you very much. $6 million, at $6 million, ahead of you, at $6 million, at $6 million. I have $7 million already ahead of you both, at $7 million, and ahead of you online, at $7 million, at a $7 million, $7 million, Summer's bidder at $7 million, I'm now out, at $7 million, at $7,500,000, at $7 million, at $7,500,000. Any advance? Summer's bidder then, I'm out. You coming in, Felix, at $7 million, at $7,500,000. Felix, no more? At $7 million, are we all done elsewhere? I'm out, it's your Summer, and we're selling at $7,500,000. Sold at $7 million, and that is to paddle 180. Lot number 1133 is the much anticipated work by Yoshitomo Nara, the Frog Girl, dated 1998, and property from an important private Asian collector. This is a premium lot, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $28 million, at $28 million, $30 million, at $30 million, $32 million, at $32 million, at $32, $35 million, $38 million, at $38 million against you, Felix, at $38 million, at $38 million, at $38 million, at $38 million, $40 million. Courtney's bidder now at $40 million in New York, $42 million in another new place. Charlotte has it in New York at $42 million. $45 million now with Brad Bentoff in New York. 48 with Charlotte. At 48 now. At $48 million. At $48 million. 50 million. I've already taken 50. At 50 with? 55 with Charlotte. No, we're already at 55. At 55.
60 million, Brad Bentoff.
That's more like it. 60 million with Brad Bentoff. We love you, New York. We miss you. 65 million with Charlotte at 65 million. At $65 million. 70 million with Brad at $70 million. At 70 million. At 70 million. All the action is in New York. At 70 million. 70, yes? 72 I'll take. Next to be 75 if we can offer it to New York. 72 is with Genhua in a new place at 72 million. At 72. At $72 million. Come back to me in New York. At $72 million. Here's the bid in Hong Kong, on my right, with you, Genhua, at $72 million. At 72. At 72. I will take 74 million. Brad has it in New York at 74. We're off at 76 to you, Jen, if you like. Here's the bid at 74 million. New York has it with Brad Bentoff at $74 million. Is Charlotte out? It's at $74 million. Patty, you coming in at $74 million? Kevin, you coming in? That's 75 I'll take, $75 million. At $75 million. At $75 million. It's against you, Brad, in New York. Bid is back here in Hong Kong at $75 million with Genhua. At 75. It's all going very quiet in New York after the explosions at the beginning. At $75 million, here's the bid on my right then, here in Hong Kong with Genhua at $75 million. 76 with Brad Bentoff in New York. New York, New York, New York. At $76 million. It's against you, Jen. You coming back? at $76 million. Brad has it in New York, and I will sell at $76 million. $77 million in a new place with Kevin Ching. At $77 million. At $77 million. Brad, are we still in? At $77 million. Jen, would you like 78? Here's the bid in a new $78 million with Jen. At 78 million. 79 million. Back to Kevin Ching at 79. At $79 million. 80 million. At 80 million. At $80 million. Kevin, at $80 million is against you at 80 million. At $80 million. We still in New York? At $80 million. It's against you, Kevin. Jen has it. 81. Yes? 81 million. No more. Jen says no more. Are we all done in New York? The bid is here then with Kevin Ching at $81 million. And I will sell if no further bids. It's against you, Brad, and everyone else in New York. The bid is here with Kevin Ching. It's yours? What do you mean? It's yours. At $81 million. Yours at 81, yes? We're all good? At $81 million, Kevin. It's your bid, Kevin, at $81 million. Thank you. At $81 million then, it's against you in New York, it's against you, Jen. The bid is here with Kevin at $81 million and selling 82 million. 85 million. Can we try 82? It's yours at 81. Can we please try 82? The bid is here at $81 million. I'm looking for 82. If you can try. It's 1 million Hong Kong dollars, not US. Please. No? At $81 million, here's the bid at $81 million. At 81. Just try one last time, Jen. At $81 million. And selling then at I've already rejected it twice. At $81 million, here's the bid. At $81 million, just try one last chance. One last try, I should say. At $81 million. $82 million. Thank you, Jen. $82 million. At 82. At $82 million. Here's the bid at 82 million. What? 82 is here. It's against you, Kevin. It's 82 million now. And you can come back in New York at any time you like. At $82 million then, Jen has it. Kevin, last chance at 82 million Hong Kong dollars, next to be 83. Here's the bid at 80. No, you sure? Thank you very much. Please thank your client. Here it is, Jen, with you at 82 million Hong Kong dollars. Sold at $82 million. Well done to Paddle 53. And please thank your client, Kevin, and everyone in New York. Thank you all very much. That brings us to the next of the Naras. This is 11:34 now. Again, this is a premium lot, ladies and gentlemen. This is the acrylic on wood from 2008, the Yoshitomo Nara. Life is only one. And I can start the bidding here at $12 million, $13 million, $14 million, at 14, 15 million. Thank you. Patty has it. Sorry? 15.5, 15,500,000 at 15,000,005, at 15,000,005, at 15,000,005. Here's the bid on my left at 15,500,000, at 15,000,005. Do you like 16, Felix? Here's the bid at 15,000,005, at 15,500,000. It's against you, Paddy. The bid is here at 15,000,005. You're coming in, Kevin, at 15,000,005. $15,500,000. At 15,000,005. 16 million. Thank you, Kevin. At 16. At $16 million. Yuki, the bid is here at $16 million. At 16 million. Holding here on my right then with Kevin Ching at $16 million. Any advance? At 16 million. Felix, are we out? Yuki, one more? No more. At $16 million, are we all done then? Felix, last chance. It's on my right then at $16 million. Patty, are we all done at 16 million? Patty, no more? At 16 million. Sold to you, Kevin, at 16 million. That's to paddle 93. Thank you very much. That brings us on to the Ed Rusha. This is 11:35. The work from 97, 99. BEE question mark, looks like beer. And I have an absentee bid here, and I can start the bidding at $4,800,000, 5 million, 5 million, 5, $6 million. I'm bid already at $6 million. At $6 million is with me at $6 million. At $6 million, with me then at $6 million, and I can sell at $6 million. At $6 million. You're coming in, Yuki, at $6 million. Here's the bid at $6 million. It's against you, Yuki. It's with me at $6 million. Can we try 6.2? Only once. $6,100,000 is the bid at $6 million. At $6 million, here it is. I'm out. It's yours at $6 million. Fair warning. Are we all done elsewhere? It's with Yuki at $6,100,000. So to Yuki at 6 million one, and that is paddle 43. Well done. 11:36 is next. This is the Yayoi Kusama. Carry on living with the pumpkins. Work from 2013. And I have interest here, and I can start the bidding straight away at $4,500,000, at $4,500,000, $4,800,000, $5 million, at $5,500,000, still with me at $5,500,000, at $5,500,000. With me then at $5,500,000, at $5,500,000. My absentee bidder has it at $5,500,000. Yes? Florence's bidder at $6 million. I'm out at $6 million. At $6 million. $6,500,000 with Mildred at $6,500,000. $7 million with Tiffany at $7 million, all in Hong Kong at $7 million. $7,500,000 in another new place with Shay at $7,500,000. $8 million with Tiffany at $8 million. Here's the bid. On my right then at $8 million. At $8 million. It's against you, Shay. It's against you, Florence. Against you, Mildred. Tiffany's bidder then at $8 million. Are you coming in, Jen? $8,500,000 at $8,500,000. Jen's bidder now in a new place at $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. At $8,500,000. $9 million online. At $9 million to the new online bidder at paddle 16 has it at $9 million. $9,500,000 back to Tiffany at $9,500,000. By Oshuang at $9,500,000 against you online at $9,500,000. At $9,500,000. $10 million to the online bidder. Paddle 16 has it at $10 million now. Ahead of you, Jen. Ahead of you, Tiffany. Ahead of you, Shay. At $10 million. Any advance? At $10 million. At $10 million. 11 million. At $11 million now. At $11 million. Any advance at $11 million, it's against you online. Here's the bid at $11 million with Tiffany. Are we all done, Shay? We all done, Florence? It's at $11 million. Fair warning to you online. Florence, last chance. Here's the bid. Thank you very much. I've taken first 13 million. Online bidder is at 12, is that right? $12 million. At $12 million. At $12 million. Tiffany, no more? At $12 million. At $12 million. At $12 million. One more? It's against you, Florence. The bid is online with paddle 16 at $12 million. Jen, are we all done? At $12 million? At $12 million. Florence, last chance. I would take 12 million 5 from you, if that's what you mean. 12 million 5. Make sure that we can offer 13 million to the online bidder. At 12 million 5 with Tiffany. At 12 million 5. 12 million 5. 13 million online. Thank you so much. Back to the online bidder at 13 million. At $13 million. At 13 million now. It's against you, Tiffany. No more? Waiting patiently at home, somewhere around the world, is paddle 16 at $13 million. She says no again. At $13 million, are we all done elsewhere? It's yours online and selling, if no further bids, at $13 million. Sold to you at $13 million, well done, and that's to paddle 16. Next is the Alexander Calder sculpture, the crag with the white flower and white discs. And I can start the bidding here at $9,500,000, at $9,500,000, $10 million, at $10 million, at $10 million, at $10 million, at $10 million, $11 million, $12 million now, at $12 million, at $12 million, at $12 million, at $12 million. Any advance at $12 million? You coming in, Yuki, at $12 million? At $12 million? Yes? London's thinking about it. It's at 12. Next bid will be 13. Next will be 13. $12 million. Remember, it's Hong Kong dollars. At 12 million. At $12 million. At 12 million, holding here. At $12 million. At $12 million. Waiting for London. At $12 million. No? At $12 million then. It's against you in London, New York, and everyone here in Hong Kong. At $12 million. Fair warning. Next will be 13. At $12 million. Nope. 12 it is. Next is 13. Nothing in between. At $12 million. Nope, I'm sorry. Next to be 13. Nope, I'm still saying no. It's at $12 million. It has to be 13. The bid is here at $12 million. Are we all done at $12 million then? 13. And please thank the bidder. $13 million is here and selling at $13 million. At $13 million. London has it at $13 million. Are we all done elsewhere? At $13 million, fair warning, with you in London at $13 million. Well done, $13 million. 158. 158. And who is the bidder? Hugo. Thank you very much, Hugo. That brings us to 1138. This is the Huang Yuxing Treasure Island. Acrylic on canvas dated 2015. And I can start the bidding here at $750,000 for this, at $750,000, $800,000, at $800,000, at $800,000, $850,000 ahead of you online, at $850, at $850,000, at $850, at $850,000. Thank you very much. 900,000. Ziwei's bidder at 900,000 ahead of you online. At 900,000, 950,000 ahead of you both. $1 million, thank you, is bid. $1 million ahead of you, Nick. One is here with Yuki. 1,100,000 with Ziwei at 1,000,001. At 1,000,001. 1,000,002. In a new place with Christine at 1,000,002. 1,000,003 with Ziwei at 1,000,003. At $1,300,000. 1,000,004 back to Yuki Choi at 1,000,004. At 1,000,004. 1,000,005 with Christine just ahead of you, sorry, at 1,000,005. 1,000,006. At 1,000,006 back to Ziwei. 1,000,007 online. Good evening. Paddle 119, it's yours. 1,000,008 though. Back to the room here in Hong Kong, and Yuki Choi's bidder at 1,000,008. At $1,800,000. Nick, are we all done? 1,000,009. At 1,000,009 to Ziwei's bidder at 1,000,009. At 1,000,009. It's against you online, it's against you, Yuki, it's against you, Christine, and it's against you, Nick. At 1,000,009, it's your bid, those away, at $1,900,000. Would you like to round it up, Yuki? $2 million you will online. You beat her. It's yours now at $2 million. At $2 million. Can we try 2-2? Still online at 2 million. Politely ask. 2,000,002. Thank you so much. Please thank your client. 2,000,002 is here. Ziwei's bidder at 2,000,002 now. At $2,200,000. It's against you, Yuki. It's against you online. It's at 2,000,002 now. At $2,200,000. Any advance at 2,000,002. At 2,000,002. We all done then at 2,000,002 then. It's yours, and I'm selling at 2,000,002 to Ziwei's bidder. Sold at 2,000,002, and the paddle number Ziwei was 34. Thank you very much. 1139 is next. The work's by Zhang Li. The untitled work from 2007. And I have some interest here, and I can start the bidding straight away at 800,000, at $800,000, 850, 900,000, 950, 1 million with me at 1 million, 1,000,001, still with me at 1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,000,003, 1,000,003 with me at 1,000,003, 1,000,004, 1,000,005, still with me at 1,000,005, at $1,500,000 with my absentee bidder, 1,000,006, 1,000,007, still with me at 1,000,007. At $1,700,000. Here's the bid. My absentee has it ahead of all the phones and everyone else. It's at $1,700,000. Are we all done? Florence, you coming in at 1,000,007? She says no. Michelle, are we still in? My bid then at 1,000,007 and selling, if no further bids, at $1,700,000. Michelle, last chance. Sorry, 1,000,007 is here, and that is to paddle 74. Lot number 1140 is the Nicholas Party, the portrait, 2015. And this is the property from a distinguished European collection. And I can start the bidding here at 2,000,004, 2,000,006, 2,000,008, at $2,800,000. It's ahead of you, Shay, at 2,000,008, at $2,800,000, at 2,000,008, at 2,000,008, $3 million, thank you, at $3 million, at $3 million. Your bid at $3 million, at $3 million, at $3 million. Holding with Shay at $3 million, $3,200,000. With Max in New York at $3,200,000, at $3,200,000, at $3,200,000, at $3,200,000. You coming in now? Your bid, thank you, sir, at $3,500,000. Good evening. At $3,500,000 in the room here in Hong Kong at $3,500,000, at $3,500,000. It's not yours in New York, Max. At $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. Yes, $3,800,000 with Heather in a new place. At $3,800,000. $4 million to you in the room, sir. Thank you very much. Yours at $4 million. At $4 million. So by one. Your bid, sir, at $4 million. In the middle, on the left, on the aisle, at $4 million. Yours, sir, at $4 million. Heather, are we all done? At $4 million. Max, are we out in New York? at $4 million. Waiting patiently then on the aisle, the gentleman's bid then at $4 million. Heather, are we all done? Against you in New York. Last chance for everyone else. Shake of the head. We're all done. No more. Here it is. Waiting patiently. Last chance then. You're, sir, at $4 million and selling. Heather, fair warning. So to you, sir, at $4 million. Well done. And your paddle number is? Can I see your number, please, sir? Ah, ladies, thank you very much. 1010, thank you very much, at $4 million. 1141 is next, the Lumiere, the window. Beautiful piece here from 1998. And I can start the bidding here at $1,600,000, at $1,600,000, $1,700,000, at $1,700,000, $1,800,000. Thank you. Justina's bid at $1,800,000, $1,900,000. Ahead of you both. $2 million is called ahead of you, Justina. Mildred's bidder at $2 million, at $2 million. Here's the bid at $2 million. $2,200,000 online at $2,200,000, $2,400,000. Taken here at first, $2,400,000, at $2,400,000 now. $2,600,000 now. Debbie's bidder at $2,600,000, at $2,600,000. 2.8, thank you very much, in another new place at $2,800,000. $3 million, thank you, Mildred, at $3 million. On my right now, Mildred's bidder at $3 million, at $3 million. 3.2, back to Yuki then. On my left then, Yuki Therese, your bidder at $3,200,000. $3,500,000 back to Debbie at $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. It's against you, Yuki. It's against you, Mildred. At $3,500,000. Yes? $3,800,000 now in a new place with Fiona at $3,800,000. At $3,800,000. Your bid. At $3,800,000. Mildred, you still in? $4 million back to Yuki Therese. Here's the bid at $4 million. At $4 million. At $4 million. Don't let it go. At $4 million. Mildred's out. The phone's gone down. Holding here then, on my left with Yuki at $4 million. Debbie, Fiona, are we all done at $4 million then? Nope. Last chance. Here's the bid at $4 million. Last chance, Debbie. Are we done, Fiona? Can't see a shake of the head yet. Your hand's still up. Yuki's bidder then at $4 million and selling at $4 million. Debbie, Fiona, last chance at $4 million. Sold at $4 million. Plenty of time. And the paddle number, Yuki, sorry, was 172, I think. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Brings us on to 1142. The Murakami work, the Doraemon sitting up weeping, and weeping some and laughing some. Xiaodong. And we can start the bidding here with some interest, and I can start the bidding at $2,800,000 straight away at $2,800,000. At $2,800,000. Holding here at $2,800,000 at $2,800,000 with my absentee bidder at $2,800,000. $3 million, $3,200,000. At $3,200,000, $3,500,000, still with me. $3,800,000, I'm out. It's now yours at $3,800,000. It's mine already at $3,500,000. Would you like $3,800,000? All right, $3,500,000 is here. Are you coming into me online? Holding here at $3,500,000. It's against you carry. At $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. Any advance at $3,500,000? $3,500,000. My bid then at $3,500,000 for Doraemon by Murakami. Are we all done? At $3,500,000. You sure? $3,500,000 is here. Absentee bidder has it and selling at $3,500,000. Sold at $3,500,000, and that is to paddle 75. $1143 is next. The Suriyama. The sexy robot walking in space, number 3 of 5 from 2018. And lots of interest here, and I can start the bidding at $700,000 with me straight away at $700,000, at $700,000, at $700,000, with me at $700,000, $750,000, still with me at $750,000, 800, 850, with me at $850,000. Not yours, Tiffany. At 850, 900, 950 with me at 950,000. Not yours, Florence. 950 is here. 1 million, 1,000,001 with me at 1,000,001. You rate E at 1,000,001. 1,000,002, 1,000,003. Still with me at 1,000,003 now. 1,000,004 online, 1,000,005 with me. Still with me at 1,000,005. At $1,500,000 ahead of you online and all the phones. My absentee bidder still has it at 1,000,005. At $1,500,000. Here's the bid then. 1,006,000. I'm out in a new place with Joyce at 1,006,000. At $1,600,000. 1,700,000 at the back. Gentleman's bid now at 1,007,000. In another new place, yours, sir, at 1,007,000. 1,008,000 with Florence at 1,008,000. One more, sir. 1,009,000. Back to the phone desk now with Joyce at 1,009,000, $2 million. Thank you, sir, at 2 million. Gentleman's bid at the back of the room now on my right at $2 million. At $2 million. Any advance? 2,200,000. Back to Florence's bidder at 2,200,000. On the phone desk at $3 million. At $3 million. Any advance? We all done? Here's the bid then. It's against you, Joyce. It's against you, sir. 3,200,000. Back to Joyce at 3,200,000. Stand by at $3,200,000. Florence, are we all done? At $3,200,000. Last chance to you, sir. At $3,200,000. Joyce has it then at 3,200,000. Are we all done? Last chance, Florence. Are we all done? Shake of the head, sir. Last chance at $3,200,000 with Joyce. No more? Hammers up and selling at $3,200,000. Sold to you, Joyce, at $3,200,000. Well done, and that's to paddle 98. And that is an artist record. 1144 is next. The work by Robert Colescott, Green Glove Rapist. Following the announcement, obviously, of our major work, which will be selling and being offered in New York in May in New York. This work is from 1971. And I could start the bidding straight away at $1 million. At $1 million, 1,000,001, 1,000,002, at 1,000,002, 1,000,003, 1,000,004, 1,000,005. 1,000,005 is here already at 1,000,005 in the room, at 1,000,005, 1,000,006, 1,000,007, at 1,000,007 now. Jen's bidder at 1,000,007, 1,000,008. Ahead of you online. Sorry, 1 million, that 9? 1,009,000. $2 million, at $2 million. At $2 million now. At $2 million. Sorry? 2,200,000 with Yuki now at 2,200,000. Jen? At 2,200,000. She shakes her head then. 2,400,000 with Alex at 2,400,000. At 2,400,000. One more sir in the room. At 2,400,000. 2,600,000 online. Just ahead of you. At 2,600,000. 2,800,000. At 2,800,000 now. Back to Jen's bidder at 2,800,000. At $2,800,000. At 2,800,000. $3 million. At $3 million with Yuki. At $3 million. No more, she says. Thank you, Jen. Here's the bid on my left then at $3 million. At $3 million. Are we all done elsewhere? It's against you online. It's against you, Jen. Against you, sir. Here's the bid. And selling at 3 million Hong Kong dollars. Sold at 3 million Hong Kong dollars, and that is to 106. $11.45 is the Masriadi, the hero versus hero. The work from 2013, and I can start the bidding straight away at $1,500,000 for this at $1,500,000, at $1,600,000, $1,700,000, $1,800,000, $1,800,000 is against you at $1,800,000, $1,900,000, at $1,900,000. Here's the bid at $1,900,000. at $1,900,000. At $1,900,000. Holding here at $1,900,000. Any advance at $1,900,000. Fair warning to you, Alex, and selling at $1,900,000. Sold at $1,900,000. And that is to paddle 50. And ladies and gentlemen, 1146, I have just been told, has been withdrawn. So that is the end of the sale. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, this evening's sales has come to a close. But just before we leave you, we did want to share with you some very exciting news, some of which you can glean from what you're about to see on your screen. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sotheby's is pleased to have you to know first that we'll be collaborating with the extraordinarily talented megastar Jay Chou. Jay Chou's music and stage performances have captured the hearts of millions around the world. But he is not only the king of Mandopop, he is one of the most biggest influencers in the world. And he's also a passionate and avid art collector. We are absolutely thrilled to be working together, and we look forward to sharing more information about this exciting collaboration soon. In the meantime, thank you very much for having joined us tonight for this exceptional sale. Please do join us again for our next live stream sales in New York on the 12th of May, when we look forward to offering the exceptional collection of visionary philanthropist and legendary Texan, Mrs. John L. Marion, along with the Michel Basquiat 1982 masterwork Versus Medici, and of course the fabulous Water Lilies by Monet that was announced from these rooms last night. Please remember that our spring sale season continues tomorrow with our Contemporary Art Day sale, and thank you very much today for joining us, and good night from Hong Kong.